breaking any laws. Joining us now to talk more about the political ramifications of these ongoing demonstrations in L.A. and across the West is political analyst Brian Sobel. Brian, good to have you on tonight. We appreciate the time. Let's talk first about what may be motivating President Trump here. Why do we think that he is continuing to escalate the federal response to these protests in L.A., calling in more National Guard troops as well as the Marines?
I think, Alex, and good evening, I think from his point of view, he does not want to see a repeat of what we have seen in the past during riots in Los Angeles. And for right or wrong, I think that's his calculus on this. I think from the Newsom administration and from Karen Bass, mayor of L.A., they think they have enough police and others to handle it. But you've got a bit of a standoff between a presidential aspirant in Gavin Newsom and the President of the United States.
How much do you think President Trump sort of welcomes this fight on the issue of immigration enforcement? This is one of the issues that he was really strongest on when he campaigned to win his second term here. And also, by the same token, now that you have the focus on these ongoing demonstrations, there is less of a focus on some of the other issues that the president had been dealing with, mainly his feud with Elon Musk and the fact that lawmakers in Washington are struggling to pass his budget bill.
Well, both of those are huge issues, Alex, but I think what he understands is that the vast majority of Americans have a feeling about immigration and the need to bring it under control. I mean, he was elected as that being one of his very main issues, and I think he's trying to reinforce what he knows a lot of people believe across the country. That's not necessarily what they believe in California or in Los Angeles. So I think he feels comfortable that the country, in a sense, wants to get their arms around illegal immigration and deal with it. And I think both sides are trying to grab the moral high ground, as it were. And I think from the president's standpoint, he is saying, hey, we're rolling up a lot of very bad people. And from the perspective of those on the ground in L.A., they're saying, well, in addition to all those bad people that are being rounded up, other people are being taken into custody as well. And so you have this standoff between federal government and a local government, or a state government in this case, which is historical. Dwight Eisenhower called out the National Guard and others in the South during some of those incidents that went with the schools and other things. So as we watch this tonight, we'll see whether it escalates. I think the imposition of federal troops to protect federal facilities in the mind of Donald Trump is the right thing to do.
Yeah, from the governor's standpoint, I mean, we talk about the fact that President Trump really does kind of welcome this fight on the immigration issue. Governor Newsom, for his part, also seems to be kind of leaning into this showdown with President Trump. You saw in the interview kind of inviting the administration to come and arrest him. Where do you think Governor Newsom sees an advantage in this political debate over the ongoing unrest?
Well, excellent question. I think he feels like he is going to be a presidential candidate, and he wants to also appear very, very tough. And but on this particular issue, this doesn't resonate for Gavin Newsom across the country the way that it does here in California, and that's another thing he's got to take into consideration. But the rhetoric around arresting a governor and all of that just also serves to heighten the tension there.
All right, and Brian, as we have been speaking here, I'm being told that those were live images there of law enforcement taking someone into custody. We saw them chasing after someone in the parking lot there and taking them into custody. So we are seeing people being detained here as we have a fourth night of demonstrations unfolding in Los Angeles. Brian, before I let you go, let me ask you about sort of the legal outlook here, because we have the Attorney General here in California saying that the state is going to file a lawsuit here saying that the Trump administration has overstepped its authority here by bringing in National Guard troops and going over the head of Governor Newsom. Normally, a governor requests those troops to be brought in here. What do you think we see play out here from a legal standpoint moving forward?
Oh, I think you're going to see a whole number of lawsuits against the federal government, but this has been tested over many, many years. The federal government has great authority, as we all know, and certainly, if you believe in a federal government system, then the federal government has authority over a state, and that's what's at play here. But we are going to see a lot of lawsuits, and we'll see how it plays out in the courts. I think it'll break in the governor's favor here in California. On a federal level, it may break in the president's favor.
Yeah, we're seeing certainly a showdown here between states and the federal government here when it comes to the issue of immigration enforcement. Brian, appreciate your perspective tonight. Always good to have you on.
Thank you, Alex. Have a great evening.
All right, you as well. Well, we are seeing anti-ICE demonstrations that are popping up